I'm going to put a link to a study that they did on the level of energy expenditure that increases around your period. And this study showed that there was a significant increase in energy expenditure during your period. So that alone should help us understand that this process is expensive. It basically costs money when it comes to resources in the body. And it showed that these really increased around the period because of this complex cycle that has to take place. But to understand why this happens, we need to understand some basic digestive functions. So what happens is when we eat food, our stomach makes hydrochloric acid, or HCl. And this HCl is meant to help us acidify and break that food down. And once the food is acidified and it leaves the stomach, it goes down here into the duodenum, which is the first 10 inches of the small intestine. And that's when this gallbladder squirts alkaline bile down onto that acidic product and helps neutralize those acids. So when you have this acid product meeting this alkaline bile product, when those two things collide, it creates a sizzle, and that really helps us bust that food apart and get all the minerals and all the nutrients out of that food. So both of those sides of digestion are very important in order for us to access the nutrients that are in that food. So when we're looking at this period that's taking place, this cycle takes a lot of resources, but so does this digestive process. This digestive process takes more resources than just about anything we do. We need resources and minerals to be able to make that hydrochloric acid. And if resources are very low in this system, that can stress the body out and restrict the ability for this bile to flow correctly. When resources are needed for this digestive process and resources are needed for this cycle, if the cycle's coming up and a lot of the resources are going towards completing that cycle, is it really the period's fault that all of these digestive symptoms show up? I think that maybe it's not. The thing about this process is that it's very common for someone not to be making enough stomach acid. And it's very common for things in our world today, like stress hormones can do this, some foods can do this, toxins, all these things have the ability to thicken this bile so the bile will not flow correctly. So if someone doesn't have enough stomach acid being produced, or if their bile is not flowing correctly, they're not getting both sides of that digestion that create that sizzle and really help us get all the minerals and nutrients out of that food.